Hi, my name is Keith Magnuson. I'm with MTI Equipment, and we've got a 2016 JT20 for sale here. It's got 857 hours on it, and the drill, especially for a 4-year-old drill, looks very good. It's in good shape. It's got good vices, good rack and pinion. It's got great rod on it, and it's a clean drill. So come over here. I want to show you one of the nice things about it. It's got Deutz drill stem on it. It's Oem Drill Stem. It's got, if you look close at it, you can see it's got a lot of black paint on it still. If you get it close in at the weld marks here, you can see the welds are nearly new on there, and that's a really good indicator of what sort of condition the rod is in. When that weld mark goes away, that's a good sign that the rod's starting to near the end of its life, you know, getting down to the 30–40% range. But we would estimate this rod is probably 80% or so, and really is indicative of what kind of condition the drill is in. So if you look down here, you can see that this track's been replaced recently. The previous owner did that, doing preventative maintenance, and you'll wonder why the track has been replaced on the rod rack side and not the engine side. The reason for that is the rod rack side is actually it has a lot more weight to it than the engine side is. So you'll typically see the rod rack side track get replaced almost 2 for every 1 time that the engine side track is replaced. And that's across the board on all drills, most drills I should say. But it's already been done here, so we always like to see good preventative maintenance done by the previous owner. So if you look close down here, you can see the rack and pinion is in very good condition. Still has a lot of black paint on the edges. It's still completely squared off here. When you see these start to get pointy and a knife edge on them, you can tell that they're starting to show some wear. Usually that happens around the 3,000 hour mark. The bad thing about that is when they do wear out completely, you have to cut them off and weld them back on. So it's a little bit of a process. Most places will charge about $13,000 for that. So something definitely to keep an eye out for is to make sure that those that rack and pinion gears are squared off on there. So coming over here, we'll show you, it's got the FMC pump, which all of them have. It's very clean in here. It's a 35 GPM pump. Very reliable, 3-cylinder, easy to rebuild. The head is on the end, it's easy to get to the valves. This has the Deutz 2.9 TDL4 engine. It's a 74 horsepower Tier 4 engine. It does not have DEF fluid. The way they get around that is anything under 75 horsepower doesn't need DEF fluid. So you'll see the Deutz JT20 has 74 horsepower, as well as the Vermeer 2022 Series 3. It's a very quiet engine. It's very fuel efficient. Not much to it really. It does have a regen system, diesel particulate filter, but they're pretty reliable motors. It's got the open top vices. That's a Deutz exclusive. Very easy to drill with the open top vices. This one's showing a little bit of wear here. You can see from the straight down where it's kind of getting a little bit of a gap there. It's a little bit loose. I'm sure it breaks rod just fine, but we will adjust that a little bit, make it a little bit tighter. Front vise is pretty good, especially for 800 hours. A couple wear pads it's gonna need. We'll replace those for sure. Looks pretty clean overall. We'll know for sure when we drill with it and put some rod in the ground, test it out for good. If you have any questions about the drill or any other drill, or you just want to talk about drills, you can look us up, mtiequip.com. Give us a call, 941-474-6789. Again, my name's Keith Magnuson, but you can ask for anybody here. We'll all happy to help you.